The University of Manitoba Students' Union Finance Committee tabled a balanced draft operating budget for the 2025-26 year at the March 20th UMSU Board of Directors meeting. Now, the budget was presented by UMSU's Vice President of Finance and Operations, Carolyn Wang, and will be debated and voted on by board members at a meeting tentatively set for April 3rd, according to Acting Chairperson Christopher Yan. The budget lists total revenue and expenses, each at $2,786,866, in contrast to last year's operating budget, which called for a nearly $80,000 deficit. Total revenue for the Students' Union's operating budget is anticipated to increase by just over $240,000 compared to the previous year's budget. Fees make up the largest revenue source in the table budget, with over $1.9 million anticipated to be collected, over $50,000 more than last year's budget. Wang stated that the increase in fees is due to inflation. And of those fees, UMSU is expecting over $1.5 million in union fees, which is up by over $40,000. Operational revenue is set at just over $445,000, increasing by over $200,000 compared to the 2024-25 budget. Now, a breakdown of the budget shows that the Students' Union is anticipating more than $170,000 in operating account interest revenue compared to the previous year's operating budget. UMSU is expecting to generate over $350,000 net profit off of its four businesses. Now, that's GPA's Campus Convenience, IQ's Cafe and Billiards, Degrees Diner, and VW Social Club. Now, this is an increase of over $19,000 compared to the previous budget, with VW Social Club and IQ's net revenue expected to increase by 81% and 83% respectively. Wang stated that the third-floor businesses in UMSU University Center were closed for a period during summer 2024 due to renovations, which was accounted for in the 2024-25 budget. And she added that no major renovations are planned this summer. Both Degrees Diner and GPA's Campus Convenience are anticipated to have a decline in net revenue compared to last year's budget, with GPA's Campus Convenience still being UMSU's largest revenue-generating business. Along with the anticipated increase in revenue, the union is expected to spend just over $158,000 more than the original 2024-25 budget. Executive member salaries and benefits are expected to increase by $13,373, or 5.9%, with each executive receiving over $47,000. Full-time salaries and benefits for UMSU Service Center personnel is projected to increase by $54,600, with a decrease of $43,500 for governance personnel salaries and statutory benefits. Governance and executive administrative expenses are set to increase by $44,100, which includes a $30,000 increase to the Canadian Alliance of Students Associations, or CASA. Wang added that the CASA line includes travel for relevant board members that need to attend CASA meetings, and that membership fees are charged based on the number of university students. Expenditures on UMSU elections is also anticipated to increase by $8,500, consisting of a $1,000 increase for candidate reimbursements and an administration increase of $7,500, or 300%. Wang said that the increased reimbursements is due to foreseeing a lot of candidates next year after an unprecedented number of candidates this year. She added that the election administration fees pertain to simply voting, which is also used by all the faculty associations to conduct online voting. Marketing personnel full-time salaries and benefits are increasing by over $38,000, with $20,000 being allotted to a newly established UMSU Week programming fund. Now, students can expect to see increased financial support towards student services, with spending increasing from $298,500 to $334,000, or 11.9%, compared to the 2024-25 budget. Of that funding increase, student club support will increase by $3,000, or 5.8%, to $55,000. Wang stated that there are almost 200 UMSU clubs in various stages of recognition. To be eligible for UMSU club funding, clubs must complete a sexual violence prevention workshop, treasurer training, and be fully approved, she stated. The funding for individual UMSU clubs is up to $1,700 total, according to Wang. And during her re-election campaign, she promised to increase club funding from $1,700 to $2,500, a commitment she made on social media during the first week of March. Quote, "The $2,500 does not mean that all clubs will get $2,500, Wang clarified in a statement to the Manitoban on March 24th. She stated that it means that clubs who exceed the $1,700 will be eligible for further funding, up to $2,500 total. She added that only around 5 clubs have reached the maximum funding and that most clubs do not surpass the $1,000 range when applying for funding, she claims. Funding for the holiday hampers and financial support towards the University Food Bank are each set at $17,000, increasing by $500 and $2,000 respectively. The UMSU Hardship Fund, a short-term financial assistance program, will increase by $5,000 or 12.5% to $45,000. And travel grants are set to increase by $5,000 or 20% to $30,000, with sponsorship increasing by $20,000 or 66.7% to $50,000. Community initiative funding, which is funding for UMSU community representatives and their respective communities, is not anticipated to increase in the draft budget, remaining at $120,000 as was the case in the 2024-25 budget. Now, Wang stated that she could not comment on the exact amount of funding each community group will receive, as that is still being determined. And she also could not state whether community representatives would receive an honorarium, citing that it is not at her sole discretion. In a statement, Wang said, "I cannot comment on what the 2025-26 Finance Committee will decide regarding honorariums for the community representatives." The 2025-26 operating budget covers the period from May 1st, 2025 to April 30th, 2026. For more information on UMSU's operating budget, visit www.themanitoban.com.